How to sound like Midwxst. Edgar Nathaniel Sarratt III was born in Indiana in the US in June 2003. He produces, raps and sings under the name Midwxst. He makes hyperpop music and he cites Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean, XXXTentacion, Porter Robinson and Pierre Bourne as influences. He has released multiple singles and EPs which all vary in genre. The Back in Action series is mostly rap with that kind of hyperpop undertone and influence, whereas Better Luck Next Time is much more rock adjacent and a bit more introspective. He has had some notable features from Cash Dami, Eric DOA, Babytron, Skywater, Denzel Curry, etc. Here's a quote from his website. The songs of Midwxst feel like beacons in a tempest. The Indiana artists developed this chameleonic style in the pandemic-era hyperpop scene, emphasizing sincerity and transparency in songs, like his grungy hit, Trying. Whether he is rapping over rage beats or penning sweet ballads, Midwxst aims to provide listeners a path forward to relationships, identify formation, and the internet. His upcoming album, E3, showcases his imagination and world building. It's his most immersive and conceptual experience yet. That's pretty cool. That album is supposed to release in September, so that's pretty hype. He's on a big label now, which is also like super cool. He apparently got a start from networking with other artists through Roblox and SoundCloud. He also said he wanted a choir sound in one of his songs. I'm not sure which one it was, but he didn't have the budget for a choir, so he got some of his friends from college just in his dorm who could sing to come into his room and just sing in different like tones and styles. Midwxst has a very particular vocal sound present in nearly every song, super compressed, crispy and auto-tuned. I made a song with pretty clear influence of his sound and style, and I didn't even realise it until I started listening to his discography again, and I could draw the similarities. My song Enemy is more akin to his music from 2022 and 2021. But he's since branched out from hyperpop, similar to Glaive, Eric DOA and Breakins. All of them kind of started with a similar digicore hyperpop sound, and then they just went and did their own thing afterwards. Like Breakins is all kind of Midwxst emo stuff. Glaive is doing this cool grunge rock stuff, and Eric DOA with his Things with Wings album, it's all in this very like disco-y sound. Everyone's got the hyperpop influence still, and it seems they're like growing with it. So how do you actually sound like him? First things first, you have to look the part. Perfect. So next you want to write some lyrics and melody. Should be easy enough. He uses a lot of vocabulary that I'm not familiar with using, and I'd only understand from using Urban Dictionary or looking at the Genius annotations. So I just did my own thing. So step 1, noise gate. Similar to Breakins' older stuff and the vocal tutorial I made. Card up there, whatever, link description. Who cares? You'll watch it, I hope. Make sure you don't like cut out silence and instead just use a noise gate. Make sure it's not perfectly set. Like some of the noise still has to come in, especially breathing and like your random mouth noises. So like if it's breathing, it's going to sound like kind of choppy and stuff. It's actually kind of a cool sound. Step 2, compressor. This plugin by Tone Boosters has an assistant mode, and I just use that. I promise I usually dial in compressors, but it just sounded good like this, so I left it. Don't at me, okay? But basically, big threshold, fast attack, and a fast-ish release. Release doesn't matter too much, as long as it's not like 0 milliseconds kind of thing. You need to make sure you're compressing the whole vocal. The important thing is to do like too much compression. Like if you listen to a singer-songwriter type thing or a pop song, they're compressed to like a sweet spot. So it still sounds natural, but you really want to go a bit over the top with your compression. It's kind of the pinnacle of hyperpop vocal production. That it's over compressed, it's this real synthetic kind of sound. Like my voice has some dynamics and stuff, but this part is going to be super compressed and it's going to sound really weird. It's going to be noisy and stuff. That's what you want. Step 3, get rid of the bad parts with EQ. You don't want any frequencies under 100. Nothing good happens there, at least with vocals. So if you got a higher pitched voice, then you might want to bring that up a bit further. But it's basically like the final fundamental, so the final peaking frequency, you just want to go a little below that, because that's going to be noise and whatever, especially if you're like using a USB mic or webcam mic or your phone or whatever, you're going to get noise. Luckily I have an XLR mic that's somewhat okay quality, so it's not going to be super noisy. You want like a slight boost after I'm saying 100 here because that's where I'm cutting mine off. But you want slight boost after where you cut, so where that fundamental is, to make it a bit crispier. Boost it a little bit. Just the parts that sound good because you want a little bit of resonance. Then you want to cut some of the upper resonant frequencies. Don't copy my values because it's actually going to depend on your mic and your voice. Just do it by ear. You can just try mine and then you can scrub the frequency. Just flick through and see where it sounds good. Step 4, autotune. I don't care how good of a singer you are. For this type of sound, you're going to need automatic pitch correction. Autotune, waves tune, M-auto pitch, whatever, I don't care. You want it fast and a little bit over the top. Because even if you're a good singer, it needs to sound like it's being auto-tuned. Because Midwxst is actually a pretty alright singer. Definitely better than me. Make sure it's in key, because if it's not, like, what are you doing with your life? If you're totally stuck trying to figure out your key, you can upload your beat to tunebot.com/analyzer and it'll tell you the key, if for some reason you don't know. If you don't know, maybe consider learning a bit of music theory. That would be kind of cool. Step 5, more EQ. Same as before, it's done to taste and you might not need any more. In my case, I wanted more. I'll have more in the preset, but if you don't want it, just turn it off. Step 6, fresh air. It's a free plugin by Slate Digital. It's really good, but it has really annoying DRM. Like you have to be connected to the internet to use it. So like if you have it on your project and for whatever reason you're not connected to your internet and you open the project again, it just won't load. It'll give you this pop-up and be like,
connect to the internet, and because you're not activating your plugin.
It's so stupid, like it's a free plugin, you shouldn't have to do that. But whatever. If you don't like that, you can download the Air Windows plugin bundle. It's also free. The developer is genius. The plugins have no UI, so they don't look good, but they sound amazing. There's a plugin called Air in it, I think. You can use that, or just like add more high end with an EQ. It doesn't matter. You just want a crispy sound. You even get OTT by X for Records, also free, no stupid DRM. And just bring the depth down to like 10-20%. You just want more high-end crisp. Step 7, de-esser. Midwxst's older stuff definitely needed more de-essing, in my humble opinion. You just want to tame the sibilants because of all the extra sparkle you've added in step 6. You want to do to taste. If you do too much, it's going to sound so unnatural. But you're better off doing less than more. Step 8, a soft clipper. Added this for saturation and volume control. Do this if you want. It's ultimately just whatever you want to do. It's lazy, I guess. You could use a limiter. You could put on distortion and do it that way. But the soft clipper kind of solved all my problems, so. Bonus steps. They're not very Midwxst sounding, but it made my song sound kind of cool. So vocal synth, it's a weird vocoder effect by Isotope. You can sidechain MIDI into it and it thickens your voice. Leave it low volume, compress a little bit. You can use free vocoder plugins and it just sounds super cool. And then you want like a futuristic sounding beat. Luckily I can make beats, so I made my own. If you can't, use them by your favorite producer, maybe Amplifi, who knows, I don't know. But basically here it is before and after.
You telling me I am enemy? You fronting while I feel nothing, sitting there suffering. Lesson I'm learning got me all hurt and carry a burden. On the edge suburban, down in the bourbon. You telling me I am enemy? You fronting while I feel nothing, sitting there suffering. Lesson I'm learning got me all hurt and carry a burden. On the edge suburban, down in the bourbon.
Thanks so much for watching. You can download the preset. I will have it on my Gumroad. The Breakins preset is there too. It does cost a minimum of €1. You can pay what you want. The point is, it's kind of a donation thing and you're paying for the convenience. Of course, you could just watch the video, look at the values of the parameters, and just copy what I'm doing, and that's totally free. You don't have to credit me, but it'd be pretty awesome if you did. Make sure you tag me if you make anything cool with it. Follow me on Instagram, follow Midwxst on Instagram. New album dropping, that's kind of cool. Do I have a new album? Who knows? Catch you later, and see you in the next one.